Hello everybody, it's Wordspawn and today we're gonna be talking about Looking for Alaska by John Green, which is a very popular book. A lot of people love this book. Literally all my friends rave about this book all the time, and on Goodreads it actually has almost 1 million ratings. I haven't seen any booktube reviews, so probably mine would be my honest opinions and my most honest opinions actually. And I did not like this book. This review is going to be controversial and a lot of you guys might be upset after watching this, so I would recommend you guys not to watch this review in case you can get triggered or in case you just don't like people talking about the books that you loved. So if that's the case that in which you can get involved, then please do not leave mean comments about me or anything, because I'm probably gonna ignore the comments and you're not gonna get the attention you deserve, or at least what you think you deserve, so that would be a waste of time and energy. So without any further ado, let's just dive right into the review. This is a young adult story of a boy named Miles, and he goes to boarding school where he meets this girl called Alaska Young. She is very cool and she basically is the dream girl of every boy, and she's very daring, she's pretty, she's handsome, and everything that anybody would desire, that's in her. When Miles meets her, his life just turns around unexpectedly, and there is going to be a lot of adventure in his life, and he already knows about it. That was the premise that I could give without any spoilers, but soon we're gonna go into the spoilers, so when I go into that part you can just leave, but right now just stay and listen to my non-spoilery thoughts. This is a very fast-paced story. A lot of things happen in just like 200 pages, and you can see this is a very thin book, so like you can just fly across this book. I liked it that the writing style was cool, and for a debut author it was brilliant, and I really enjoyed the writing style. The descriptions were amazing, and how he told the whole story from the perspective of Miles, it was just perfect. There is some sort of humor in this book going on, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it, but that just happens in the first part. In the second part, that doesn't happen at all. The second part is mostly depressing and sad, and the way John Green just handles the situations was perfect. I'm not gonna give you guys the premise of why the second part of this book is so depressing, because that would be a huge spoiler. I was spoiled about this book when I read it, and I definitely do not want you guys spoiled in case you want to read it, but I would not recommend it actually. But if you are very willing to read this book, then definitely go give it a try. I hope you like it, but for me this book was a huge bummer. The characters of this book were not my thing. That was the problem that I had with this book. They were really fake. Okay, like when I pick up a book, I actually go for the characters. That is my first priority. Then I go for writing basically, and the least thing that I look for in a book is the plot. Like, I don't even care if the book has no plot. I just care about the characters. They have to be real. They just have to seem to be real, and otherwise the book is just like nothing for me. And in this one, Miles was just nothing, and even though John Green has a very beautiful style of writing, Miles still wasn't a great character, and he was just like a dumb kid. And he isn't dumb, he's intelligent, and you can see that he has the potential, but that seems to never happen in this book. We never see his intellect at all. He's like just a dumb kid. Then we have Alaska. In the beginning of the book, Alaska is hot. She's described hot, and she's wearing faded jeans and it's ripped from her knees, and she's wearing very different kind of top and jacket, that kind of stuff, and her hair are designed. She's described that kind of girl. But later on in the story, she changes actually, and there is nothing like that in Alaska at all. Like in just the first few pages, we see a different Alaska, and later on in the book, she just changes, and that just made her character look fake. That was the real thing that made the character look fake. Basically, the thing is that because of her changing, you never get to actually see the real Alaska, who she is. You never get to know who she is. You're just like, you just know that this girl is named Alaska, and that is freaking everything that you know. We never get to see her background. She never says anything about her home or anything, and where was all the adventure coming from a cardboard cutout piece? That was my problem. Okay, Chip, or his name, the Colonel, that was kind of good character. I liked his humor and the way he talked, and he was a good character, and obviously he could have been better, but for this book he was a really great character, and that was the only character that I actually hoped to see, or who I wanted to see saying things in the book. But the rest of the characters, they were just like, just move on, please, skip the pages. Then the teachers. Somehow in all the young adult books, the teachers are same and the parents are same, and I don't know how can that actually happen. Like in real life, parents are different. Every single kid has a different parents and they have different issues with their parents. It never happens that my parents are going to be same with my neighboring parents. Like no, that doesn't happen at all. But somehow in young adult books that happens all the freaking time. The teachers are same, literally they are same, never change. And the same goes in this book. I don't think I even have to explain what kind of teachers are in this book, because like probably in the films, in the TV shows, and in all young adult books we have seen those teachers, and those are the same ones in this book. Like there is a cast and you have to just pick the teachers from there. That happens in young adult literature. Like I've never seen different teachers, and that happens. Now the plot of this book. The plot twist was good, but the rest of the plot was like, it wasn't new, it was not genuine, it was basic. Okay, like a boy going to school and finding a girl, she's adventurous, they're doing something, they are making mischiefs, and then there is a plot twist, and basically that's the book. And actually, the thing is that this book was not interesting because of the plot, and like I said, the characters were so fake that just made this whole book uninteresting. And thing is, I was actually going to DNF this book right after the plot twist. I did that with Red Queen because like the plot twist just buzzed my mind, and I was like, just stop that book. And I was going to do the same for this one, but I actually didn't do that because one, there were just a few pages left, and two, I don't have anything to say about that. So since there were just like some 50 to 60 pages left, I was like, I can read that. So I finished this book. Otherwise I was just going to DNF this book, and because the book was fast paced, it's just quickly ended, and I liked it. So that was all that I could give you guys without any spoilers, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you've read this book, stay with me, because now we're gonna be talking about spoilers. We're gonna be talking about the part that happens after the plot twist, and some real deep shit that I want to talk about, some personal kind of things, and I hope you guys enjoy that part. So now for the spoilery section, let's talk about what happens later on in the book after Miles and Alaska become friends, and Colonel is with them as well. You cannot forget him, he's the coolest character in this book. So they become friends, and they do a lot of stuff which kids are not supposed to do, but these days it's really cool. Kids can do whatever they want, but somehow this boy, he's not cool. Like, I don't know, I've never done something cool. I thought that booktubing was cool, but turns out I'm not even cool at this, so cannot relate. John Green, like, I really cannot relate with any of these characters, because dude, I never do anything. Like, I know it's my fault, it's not the author's fault, but I just like venting. Okay, so they are all mismanaged, if you get the reference, and they smoke cigarettes under the bridge, and they basically tease their teachers, and they plan a prank at the end of the year. Like at the end of the year, they're just gonna pull out a prank. Year or semester, I'm not sure what it was. I read this book a long time ago, guys, so cannot say much. Anyways, at the end of something, semester or year, whatever it is, they have to pull out a prank over everybody, including their teachers. They do it every year, and that was cool. But Alaska ends up dying in a car accident, and now they have to find, was she drunk, and if she was, why did she hit the car? Like, she could have saved herself, but she did not. It was very obvious that she could have saved herself, but she just like killed herself. Basically, it was suicide. Now they're just looking for it. That's the plot of Looking for Alaska. That's the meaning of the book. I liked it actually, but why she was mentally sick, it wasn't very well executed. Like, I have been mentally sick for years now, and if I was in her place, like, I would have made total different decisions. And once again, it was not relatable at all. At this time, it's actually the fault of the author that a person who's going through the similar things is not feeling relatable. That's what books are supposed to do. And the way that her mental illness was executed at the end of the book, that was just like that, like a big chunk from the actual thing was missing. That's what I want to say here. Then they find out that why she was sick, and she had problems with her parents and things like that, but somehow she never like let them see it when she was alive. And I think when somebody's mentally sick, you just like see it from their face that they're mentally sick, and they're fake laughing. Like you can literally tell from their laugh that that's fake actually, and you have some problems, you have some issues, and you're hiding something from your friends. Like if you're good friends, you can literally tell that. And somehow that doesn't happen in the whole book. And when in the end that happened, I was like, that is so unrealistic, that is so fake, and it doesn't happen like that. I'm not sure about your experiences, I'm just talking about my own. And I just felt kind of attacked. I'm not sure that everybody else felt the same way, but for me it was like, I just thought that maybe I'm wrong, if you know what I mean. And that's why I was like, this book started triggering me. But once again, there were just a few pages left. I didn't want to DNF it because like I've made it almost to the end, so I just finished this book. But overall, the way the mental illness was romanticized in this book instead of described, I just did not like it at all. Now, I want to talk about why I think Miles was so dumb. Like she offers him a cigarette and he's like, no, I don't want it. And then he takes it, and okay, it's fine, but like, man, we are in your head, we can see what you're thinking. And the way Miles thinks, he doesn't act that way at all. Okay, and that bugged me a lot. Like it was bugging me throughout the novel. What he's thinking, he's not saying that. And why was he doing that? Like, is he trying to lie? Like, was that the thing in the book? And that's why I was like, Miles, you're not a great character. And there was no development at all. Like we don't see him develop at all. Like from the beginning till the end, Miles is the same person, nothing changes him. It actually, the book says at the back of the book that everything changes for him after Alaska died, but I don't think it actually did. The way he was acting, it was like not normal. When your friend dies, you don't act like that. Okay, like he was, it was like he's pretending that he's sad and actually he is not. Colonel handled the situation way better than Miles did. Okay, now we have Alaska. She was such an unexplained character that I swear you would be confused. Like I said in the non-spoiler section, she was she was different in the beginning and she was different when she died. She was a completely different person, and that there is not a lot of time span that she just changed her whole lifestyle. No, in that small span of time you cannot do that. I do not believe that you can actually. And she was like this yo kind of girl, and later on in this book she was the shy princess, and I was not sure of her. Like it was like they changed the cast member from season 1 to season 2, and the viewers are like, you know, the other actor did it way better than this one. That is exactly what happened with this book. It was like they changed the characters after they were like doing a new installment, that kind of thing. Hope you guys understand what I'm talking to say. So that was something that annoyed me. Now for Alaska, she pretends like she's very good friends with them, and at the same time she's like not acting that way. She's definitely faking everything, and we can see it. And the thing is, why we can see it from her boyfriend. We all know that she doesn't want to be with him. She just want to get away, and she's not. And in such situation, a girl like Alaska, she would definitely just tell him that, man, I'm not into you, and we have to break up. Like a girl like Alaska, the way she's described, she would definitely make that decision, but she doesn't. She literally doesn't. Okay, she knows she has Miles who would take care of her better, and but no, she's not gonna do it. And God knows why she did that. Like a person as vulnerable as her would definitely make that decision. Clonal once again was a great character, and he knew how to work out situations. And from the beginning, he was like, he was a chill man. Okay, we have this scene where a couple of boys just drag Miles to the pond. The lake that was in the hostel, and they just throw him in there, and he tells Colonel, and Colonel is like, that's not how they're supposed to do, and he actually helps him. That kind of stuff happens. And then at the end of the book, when they pull out the prank after Alaska's died, and they just wanna do the prank anyways as a tribute to her, in that situation, the way Colonel talks to the teachers, it was perfect, it was amazing. And I think that was really a great character. That's how you do characters. Now for the writing, there are a lot of chapters in this book, and the things just pass. Like, it's not like no chapter is dragged. You never feel stuck in the book at all. Like, if you are going to be in a reading slump, I'm pretty sure that this is not going to be the book that is going to do that for you. That would be some other book, some other deep shit. But this one, it's not that book. You will love the writing style. Okay, like, I did not like the writing style in the Fallen Our Stars. I literally hated that one. But in this one, I actually enjoyed the writing style, and I think it is way better than the other one. And once again, the descriptions were amazing. And I think as a debut author, you have a different point of view of writing, and as you grow up, you just change a bit. I'm not sure, I've never been published. Like, I have written a lot of books, and my books have changed. Okay, like, my first book was trash, but by the time I wrote it, I was really young, and I didn't even know what is the process of writing. I just wrote it. It was trash, actually. A few years later, I realized it was trash, but now what I'm writing, it's perfect. I know it's good. It's what I want to write, and it doesn't even matter if it doesn't get published. But anyways, let's get back to the topic. As a debut author, he was perfect. Later on, his writing style just fell downstairs. So that was all for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what you feel about this book if you're still here, and I'm sure you're not. But anyways, if you're here, just do that for me. It would be really amazing. I recently reached 300 subscribers, and I am going nuts. I'm really happy that I reached it. When I started, I was thinking that I was just gonna boom up. That didn't happen, and now on 300 subscribers, I'm like crazy. I'm really happy. Thank you all for subscribing, and like, I cannot be thankful enough. I know, like, no matter how much I thank you, it would still not be enough. But anyways, once again, thank you. And now I gotta go and stop saying thank you again and again, because that is not making a huge difference, I see. So I'll see you in my next video. Until then, I just gotta go. Goodbye.